call that radio. You call that radio TV. No. You call that radio TV.
This is You Call That Radio.
This is You Call That Radio with a battle rap special ahead of the Scotland-England derby that's taking place this weekend at the Classic Grand. I'm joined with a few guests tonight. We've got Briggs and Bloodstrow. But first up, we've got Mackenzie.
Yes.
In the house. How's it going, man?
Not bad. Good to be back on the show, man. Cheers for having me again.
No worries. Well, I'm already. I've been looking at the lineup and listening to, doing my own research, as they say, and listening to the battle rappers and trying to looking forward. I would like to go, but obviously we've got Gallus Adventures that's clashing at the same time.
Yeah.
Sadly, but it's going to be it's a cracking lineup. We'll just bring the lineup first of all. So it's if you want to talk us through that lineup just now, man, and just get the plug out of the way before we bring on our first guest.
Yeah, man. So, like, to give some context to the event, Premier Battles, which is a battle league started by Bison Briggs and Shotty Horror, they've been running since 2018, and they've made a lot of good inroads with battle rap in the UK. They've done a lot of work with King of the Dot out in Canada. They've been working with Rappers Fool out in Ireland, and this is the first time that they've come to Scotland. And it's been a good little while since there's been any kind of crossover between the battle rap scene down south in Scotland. The last one was 2018 when we did the King of the Ronalds and Iron Bars crossover event. So we're bringing Premier Battles up for the first time, and we've got just a really, really cool mixed bag of Scottish and English talent and some Irish talent on there too, which we'll talk about. But yeah, it's everything from tryout battles to obviously the headline, which is me and Raptor, which is a battle that has been sort of bubbling up for a little while, but it's good to be able to do it in Glasgow and finally have the hometown advantage, because I never get that. I never get to actually battle in front of Scottish people. The last time was 3 years ago. So yeah.
You have indeed. You've been down there. You've been travelling a lot, and you've been smashing it down there. It's been good to see. And I mean, you seem to, in general, the home advantage. Listen, how do you approach that? Do you actually just go in there and play like a pantomime villain, or is that the idea, or is it because the crowd seem to, because you rap really fast as well, but the accent doesn't seem to be that much of a problem, as much as a problem I've noticed with a cappella battle raps as it might be, with hip hop music side of things.
Yeah. I noticed that with American crowds that I performed in front of, because they're able to understand me, and I've not got I always try and moderate my material for whatever audience I'm battling in front of. So I'm obviously not going to use the same kind of slang and vernacular in front of an American crowd as I would in front of a Scottish crowd. But I found that everyone could perfectly understand me when I was rapping a cappella. But as soon as a beat is on in the background, it just overloads their brain. It's too much.
They break. People break.
Yeah. It's they genuinely don't think I'm rapping in English anymore, which is crazy. But yeah, man, I think having that a cappella element to it has definitely helped battle rap evolve into a more of an international thing, because it does give people that space to really listen and tune into the lyrics, tune into the bars,
What would you say? So obviously, just a bit of background, because I've not been quite as up to date with all the gossip and the drama of battle rap, which I was obsessed with for a while, going way back to when it was Badmouth battles up here and it was Don't Flop down there.
Yeah.
And then King of the Ronalds, was some amazing stuff coming out of there. And I've been keeping track of Premier battles. They've been doing some amazing stuff as well. So, and of course Iron Bars has been keeping it going. And what has been happening in the battle rap world in general is there's King of the Dot, there's all this stuff going on. What's the best battle rap league, and who's the best battle rappers right now? I'm just a little bit out of the loop.
See, to be honest, like I'm kind of weirdly out of the loop myself because I definitely don't check it as much as I used to. But King of the Dot been doing some really amazing stuff. They partnered up with Twitch last year and did their first like full season of battle rap. So this is, for a long time, it was like all the battles were like unjudged and it was all very much for like the YouTube hits. But they ran like a full season, kind of like, you know, the NBA runs a season. They had the like point system, and at the end there was like a $50,000 prize. Season 2, there's $100,000 prize. So they're like really, really upping the levels in terms of like making this like a competitive sport again, almost. Of course, Smack URL are one of the biggest English language battle leagues. And they did a really smart thing is they've basically made their own Netflix. They've taken all of their content and put it on this digital subscriber platform. And that's the only place that you can see their content now.
Wait, not at all? Do they not do clips or anything?
Yeah, some things end up on YouTube here and there, but like very rarely. And none of the big battles go on YouTube. I mean, in terms of who's like the best right now, I think like best of all time conversation, like Real Deal's up there. He's the current King of the Dot champion. He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's been at this for about 15 years and he's genuinely at the absolute top of his game. Shout out to Real Deal, man. He's a fucking good dude as well. But yeah, man, like I tend to not involve myself in the soap opera as much. The soap opera is kind of not as much as it used to be.
That's what I was wondering. I just thought maybe I'd missed it in my algorithm. Or is that because you're not getting involved in the soap opera? I'm not in my feed?
Maybe you just see it all through me. I'm the conduit for just utter bullshit.
Because I do like a bit of it. I like to watch it. You know, I try not to get involved in arguments on the internet anymore. It doesn't serve me well. But
yeah,
I had an argument the other day on the internet actually, but he's deleted it now, so it's over. I won.
If he deleted it, then you won.
I did
100%.
I did win, and I may be watching this anyway. It's over. It was an eye for an eye, and it's a draw, and it's over. But in general, I stay away from all of that. But I do like a wee bit of drama on you know, a bit, get the popcorn out, watch, see what's happening. But I suppose it is a competitive sport. For people that don't know, also I'm going to probably put a parental advisory thing out here. I mean, I know most people that watch this show are used to a bit of swearing. It might get a bit more intense than normal here tonight. We're going to be looking at some of the best battle rappers, some of the people that are performing on Saturday. How difficult is it to get something like this off the ground? Because you've got people coming from England and Ireland, and just getting Glasgow rappers to go to Glasgow is a mission in itself.
It's running battle events is like stupidly difficult. It's because there's so many moving parts. I mean, so there you go. I mean, we got there was meant to be 8 battles initially, so that's like 16 people like right away that you need to like worry about and think about. We have had a couple of pullouts. I'll just announce it now. Crons versus MC Lee unfortunately is not going to be happening, but we do have performing live Sweet Rogue and AJ47. They're going to come down and do some tunes for us. So that's going to add like a nice little dynamic to the event as well. Break it up with a bit of music too. But yeah,
on fire. For people that don't know, AJ47 and Sweet Rogue are absolutely smashing it these days. So
absolutely, yeah, two of the best artists in Scotland right now.
1 o'clock kickoff as well. So I agree with this. It's almost like you know, for Old Firm games, Celtic versus Rangers, you've got to have it early so that there's not too much chaos. Is that the thinking behind having a 1 o'clock kickoff for the battle raps?
Oh, definitely, man. Like that was that's how Premier Battles run all their events, and that's how they wanted to do it here. And I actually think it's a lot better to do it this way with battle rap. Like you gotta start early in the day before people start getting too drunk, man. Especially with Scottish people. Although shout out my boy Sean, like he said that to me once at an event that we did in the afternoon. He's like, it's a bad idea encouraging Scottish people to drink this early in the day. You know what I mean? But
they'd be drinking anyway. I mean,
that's it.
Anyway,
like,
so it's
a Saturday.
Not,
I mean,
and just try to get. Hopefully, there'll be less chance of hold it down. Everyone, shut up and listen to the performers. And the Classic Grand is a good place for it. Easy to get to. Who's in here? Oh, Cherry's signed up and became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. You can support this show by becoming a YouTube member or he can sign up to the Patreon. But thank you. That's how we do this. Thank you very much, Jerry. CJ says, how's it going, Trips? Hope you're all good. I'm well, CJ. Kirstein's in the house. Hello, Kirstein. And we have the Alan Gray is in the house as well, the polar bear himself. Shouts to Big Al. This is a big one. Scotland versus England. It's a derby. And I think we've got our first guest on. We've got can we get an intro here? Mackenzie, would you like to introduce Bloodstraw?
All right. Old school battle head and co-owner, facilitator, organizer for Premier Battles. Bloodstraw in the fucking building. It's good, man.
Bloodstraw, let's bring you on here, mate. How you doing?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
You've been around the game for a long time.
Long time, yeah. My first, funnily enough, the reason why I love Scotland so much is one, I've got deep Scottish roots, but my first ever main event was Glasgow at the O2. Badmouth Battles, Badmouth 2, Badmouth 3.
What was that the O2? Yeah, that would have been 3 then. Because the first 2 were at Pivo. I was the booker back then. And it just got too big for Pivo. It was just queues around the block. And then it moved to the O2. And it was an explosion of battle rap at that time. It was crazy. It was some amazing battles. And who was it who were you battling again?
It was me and Soul against Eddie P and Frisco.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shit, I remember that. Oh my god. I remember me and my boy Swad, we just like released an EP. We were so fucking drunk and we just cornered Eddie P and Frisco and just started rapping at them. It was crazy. Like Eddie was into it, Frisco not so much.
What happened to Swad? Speaking of Swad, what happened to him?
Where the fuck's Swad? Where is he? I don't know,
Swad?
man. He's got a family. He's living that family life. He gave up.
Aye, but I mean, he just disappeared. He disappeared, didn't he?
Disappeared, man. What a fucking great rapper too.
He was good. He was good. But yeah, Badmouth Battles, absolutely amazing. So we're going back. Wow, we're going back to 2012 or something like that. We must be going way back then.
27th of April, 2012.
27th of April 2012. Wow, that's crazy. GBH is in the house. Mac for the win. It's a fucking dead life. Can't wait for Saturday. Big up Iron Bars and Premier Battles. I'll just a wee shout as well. If after that we're well, I can't be there because we're doing Gallus Adventures, but we'll just be getting into the flow of things. So if you want to go somewhere after, we've got the Tum Tum Tree stage. Loads of hip hop in there. Loads of different. We've got bands. We've got rappers. We've got all sorts of stuff there. And then we've got techno. We've got electro. We've got loads of mad stuff in the Big Ideas barn. It's a secret location. It's Gallus Adventures. It's my birthday, so I'm on out to that after it. Send me a DM for the location and the ticket details. If you've got, unless you've got an after party, did you figure out an after party yet?
We're going to see where the night takes us, man. Yep. Probably hit the pub and see whoever's staying out. Going to Gallus Adventures is very tempting. After because the bus to the oh shit, I shouldn't tell you where the location is.
It's okay. We've been as long as we're vague about it. There is a bus that goes on the hour every hour all night long. So people. It's between Glasgow and Edinburgh basically, and there's buses all night long. So you can either bring a tent if you want to camp, or you can get the bus back. Try not to bring another living vehicle. We're full. We're pretty much full for that now, so please avoid that if you can. But yeah, man, if you want to come down, then please do. There's going to be 2 stages. It's going to be a good time happening. Now let's go back to the card on Saturday. So Europe against Raptor, who is another legend of battle rap. What is his current form just now? Is he? I mean, obviously it's a bit weird just now because obviously there's not been that much. We're just coming out of restrictions and stuff like that. There was some online battles, but
yeah, we did the online shit, and Stroke could tell you like they did a whole tournament on Twitch when we weren't allowed to do events, partnered up with King of the Dot. So yeah, that was dope. But it's way better to get back in front of crowds, man.
Well, that's it. You don't really know. You don't get that instant reaction, do you? You don't get that instant reaction. And you don't get, although I did enjoy some of them. And I suppose, I was nearly tempted to get involved in one as well because I don't have time. It's just the idea of trying to battle. I mean, I'm going to ask you guys as battlers, I mean, when you're preparing for that, do you not just have to think about, not only you slagging the other guy, but have you not got to think about everything bad they're going to say about you? So you're just kind of sort of looking at yourself through a harsh light for most of the month when you're writing a battle, or do you just not give a fuck?
Depends on the opponent. Like when I did the 2-on-2 with Soul, one of the first things he made me do was write down on a piece of paper the stuff that I knew was going to get said about me, which was unique because I'd never written a battle like that before. So I went, did that, and then he wrote the stuff that we thought Eddie P and Frisco were going to say about him. And then we were coming up with like punchlines to kind of counteract what they were going to say, and I'd never written like that before. Sometimes you can, but I think the further on you get in terms of your battle career, the more you just focus on yourself. And Mac will say this better than anyone. He's a veteran in this. Like, he's had one of the biggest difficulties trying to sort out this event, and he'll tell you this was trying to get him a battle because he's battled everyone imaginable. So it's, for him especially, I don't think he really concentrates that much on
what they're going to
say to him. It's more about making sure he gets his material out. But yeah,
you're not going to get that upset. You've heard most of it all before. But just a wee follow up to that, the question to that one: if you've actually wrote a really good flip, you've assumed that someone's going to say something bad against you, and then they don't say it. Is that annoying?
Very.
Yeah. I had a good little flip against Briggsy that I premeditated. But the thing is, right, with premeditated flips, at a certain point, people could tell that you've thought about it and written it before, so it doesn't have the same impact as something that is obviously spontaneous, like something that's obviously happening in the moment.
You can tell, the crowd can tell, they can smell a premeditated flip. But it's what I love is like a good flip doesn't even need to be that good. It's just like you can tell that it's off the top. So it's just rhyming. Having a sentence that you're going to say back and then just like rhyming any old shit before it. As long as you get that flip back quickly, directly, and it's quite obvious you made it off the top. I like that stuff as well. I'm one of those people that will cheer that 100%. We've got Jails in the house. Jails, have you retired yet? Is Jails retired, or is he?
I think Jails, again, living the family life. I think he's out of the game in the way. He'll come back though. I'd like to. I want to do. We never did Bristol battles last year. I want to do it this year. I want to get Jails out to host it again because he's done it every year for the last few years. So yeah, man, shout out Jails, get back in the game, bro.
Shouts to Jails indeed. So with can we talk about the best and worst battle rap moments of your careers? Just so like a good moment and a bad moment, the first that come into your head.
Oh, Stro, you can go first on this one, man.
Best is probably right. So this is a bit of a unique story. So I've actually done two 2-on-2s with Soul. One of them, which was obviously in Glasgow. However, I used to train MMA, and my MMA coach was a British middleweight champion for Bama, and he fought on Bellator once, and he basically did an event in Manchester, and it was me and Soul, and we battled inside the cage against Balski and Jeffers, and Balski made a joke. I can't remember what he said, saying that I looked like the chicken from Peter or from Family Guy or something like that. So I flipped it on its head, and the whole venue was like throwing chairs and going absolutely mental. So that was a mad experience for me because they weren't battle rap fans, they were fighting fans. So the fact that we got that kind of reaction out of him was wild. And then I wouldn't necessarily say it was the worst moment, but the Luna experience, because he battled before, choked every single round. The battle never got released on Don't Flop. So I kind of wish I wasn't there to witness it, because I kind of took that battle for granted, didn't really prepare properly, and then turn up and you get vintage Luna, which was just an absolute fucking avalanche of multis, jokes. Like, the reason why I got so annoyed during the battle was because in my head I was just thinking, I've been fucking mugged over here. Like, battle never got released, and then suddenly this guy turns up like this. I was like, nah. But it was a mad experience, because back in them days, 30,000 views was special. So in my head I was thinking, right, get my debut on Don't Flop, 30,000 views, I'm laughing. 1.1 million views later, here we are. So to be honest, I've kind of lived off it for about 10 years. So cheers.
Amazing. And I like the. I mean, the thing is that for people that maybe aren't into battle, I like the fact that the fighting people. I think fighting fans get it because this is competitive stuff. This is no holds barred stuff. So I can imagine fighting fans just loving it, loving that fighting talk. Mackenzie, what about yourself? Is there anything that springs to mind, good and bad?
The best moment is probably the first time I battled in the US in Minneapolis against Jay Walker, just because of just how special it was for me personally, like getting to go over to the US for the first time, getting to rap in front of a US crowd, and absolutely smashing the battle. The battle was also hosted by Lush One, who again, he's a legendary battle rap promoter and battle rapper himself. He's put together some of the biggest things that have ever happened in battle rap. So getting not only to have a battle hosted by him, but getting to hang out with him and loads of other battlers who I'd just watched on YouTube for years, just getting to hang out with them, man, it was a really cool experience. Worst moment, I don't know. My battle against Impact was, which is the only battle that I have on Don't Flop, is fucking absolutely terrible because Hulk was putting together the event, and it was an event in the fucking park. So, there's not really a budget for it. He just had to sort me out on the megabus. So I go on the megabus and don't sleep on the megabus at all. I tried getting drunk on the megabus to sleep. It didn't work. So I just, I got to London just sleep deprived and hungover. And then thought, you know what, there's nothing else for it but to just get back on it again. And I tried to battle and I choked for like a lot of it. It's not a good moment for me. And Impact was on his shit. Like Impact's a good fucking rapper, man. He was on his shit. So yeah, bad series of bad ideas just led me to that moment. Although I'll probably lead it into like the clip that I've sent you, because my battle with Rivers was like a combination of like one of my best moments and one of my worst moments. I had one of the best rounds I ever had, and then Rivers had fucking round of the year, and made everyone hate me in the fucking process. So like. Bro, I love it, Mark. When you told me that you were watching it and you had to put it off, I was like, man.
Yeah, no, I did. I was like, I seen that round and I was like, oh no. And I started watching you try to come back, and I was like, no, I can't.
Nothing. Just keep rapping. That's all you can do. Just keep rapping.
Well, it's good though. But I suppose that's the experience, though, innit? Because even with that, you still managed to do your bars, and you didn't get steaming in the megabus, because the megabus is tough. No. We played gigs in London, and it's the megabus is a tough one. And apparently there's this new bus. There's £3 to get to London, and apparently it's terrible. I've heard it goes the long way.
Yeah, that's even worse than the megabus.
It's even worse, but it
takes 14 hours to get to London.
Yes, it takes 14 hours, but it's £3. And it stinks of pish, apparently. That's what I've been told by a friend who tried it out. So yeah, what you said, leading up to clips, we've got some clips. So there's been some hand-selected clips. We're not going to play full battles or anything like that, but we're just going to play little clips of some of the battlers. It's a cracking card. So we'll just start with your clip then. So this is the one we were just talking about. So I think it makes more sense for us to do that. So is this your first round or the second round, or where are we at this point?
This one's my second round against Rivers, the start of my second round against Rivers.
And you're absolutely smashing it. And like a lot of battle rap, it's topical. I think I'm not going to say any more, but he's able to date exactly when this happened, just a few days after an incident that happened that maybe you will be aware of. So
this is wild. Wild.
Is this so? Premier Battles Manchester? Is this?
Yeah.
Manchester, yeah.
Okay, let's check it out. And guys, leave a comment, let us know what you make of this.
Hey, don't beat yourself up about that joke. I mean, really, mate, I don't care. Because... Oh shit, you thought Mac was stalling? Nah, I'm Alec Baldwin. Even if you think I'm drawing a blank, I make it go off it. used to think you would be the last hope for those with pens and flows, and when the essence goes, you restore the legacy. Then I watched you fuck up chance after chance and defended it like, nah, he's cold, he'll blow eventually. But when you told Matter he's dog food from the bottom shelf, that's a lower pedigree. Did I say that? I was like, bro, you're dead to me. Now every Sunday I put on the London Gen show just to watch this cunt get friend-zoned.
That's my sister. That's my sister.
You're not gonna like that. Yeah. I said every Sunday I put on the London Gen show just to watch this cunt get friend-zoned. He's got a nice view from over his shoulder. It's well cold. He's like, come on, girl. Put the stream off, there's only 10 people watching. She's like, I said no. Yeah, listen. Okay, some people will call you a bitch, dude. I mean, I wouldn't. I rate the moves, I think he's shit smooth. I mean, going to a bird's house, smoking all her weed and leaving without fucking her, that is a king move.
Let's go, bitch. Sorry about that.
I'm not getting good reviews for this, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, whatever, yeah. Listen, I know this angle's sort of cheap. Everyone reacting knows exactly what I mean, I will. A guy can only dream. You ain't gonna be a ghetto superstar. Listen, Rivers, you're just islands in the stream. They wanted me to speak to They wanted me to speak to son. Why would I need to? But they all see you as this pathetic, jealous, pretentious little weirdo cunt, acting like you've been slept on by time for like it's active design. Listen, scheming behind those lenses, kept in the dark, watching your partners get shine, but those glasses are just a two-way mirror that a rat sits behind, because whenever it's battle soap opera time, that's when he's logging online. Another venue he needs attention in. This isn't something that needed mentioning, but I'm bringing it up because it's something he doesn't want his peeps remembering. 5 years ago there was a flyer that dropped. It was called Blacks versus Whites. And it was a teaser for a League of League event that he attended. It was clearly blessed with the King of the Ronald slogan. You can't copy disrespect, so you tried to delete the negative. Against Mickey, he mocked Cadillac Ron's death with some cheap laughs, thinking us scumbags would be impressed with him. And now he's backpedaling over a blackface joke as if you were representing a League of Gentlemen. Think we'd be impressed with him? What?
Brothers and sisters, may the peace that can only come from the one God be upon you. We are here to tell the people that we hear you. One God will not allow us as people of conscience to lose our morale.
Powered by our patrons. Amazing stuff. Mackenzie in Manchester just before Rivers did round. I mean, the way it's going there, it looks like it's going so well. But yeah, no, Rivers.
People forget that, man. Like, and it felt like that in the building. I've never had that happen. It literally felt like I felt like I'd just be walking in because, again, like he had a choke in his first. I feel like I got the first round by default because of his choke. And yeah, people said that to me in the building. Like we were at the end of that second round. Like, yo, Mackenzie's won this already. Go watch the full battle. It's fucking watch it.
It's a funny old game though. That's the thing of battle rap. You know, you can be absolutely destroying it, and one choke or one good round can change the game. It's amazing. Yeah, is battle rap? I've heard you saying this before, so I'd like to talk about is battle rap the last bastion of free speech? Mackenzie, you go first. Is it the last bastion of free speech?
Interestingly enough, battle rap is one of these things that's, because it's not too touched by the mainstream, it's kind of less moderated for sure than a lot of other art forms, and especially because for that reason as well, like a lot of funders won't touch it and stuff. A lot of sponsors are kind of iffy about touching certain things. But certainly, I mean, I'm of the personal opinion that if you're a battle rapper, you have that platform to say whatever the hell you want, and the only, you got it. If somebody doesn't like it, then they don't like it. You got to take the consequences. If somebody really doesn't like it, then stuff's gotten violent before. Very rarely, it's very, very rare does any violence get brought into battle rap. I certainly don't advocate for it, but you've got to. I guess it's the ultimate, with that freedom of speech. That freedom of speech gives you power, and with that power, you have to take responsibility. So you can say whatever you want, but you have to wear it on your own. So that's my personal view on it.
What about yourself, mate? What do you think?
No, 100% agree. It's just echoing what Mike said. It's a mad one because it is a lot of. I know this from being with PB for the past. Well, since the inception, it's sponsors are very reluctant to get involved because it's not moderated as much as what you see in the mainstream, and it is one of them. It's the last thing where you can really say what you want in terms of. Don't get me wrong. Like, for example, let's say me and Mackenzie were booked to battle next week. For example, me and him both know that we could say whatever we want. However, there is stuff which, because of the people that we are, we wouldn't touch on it. So, for example, like, I've always been one of them where, and you'll have battlers that'll say the same thing, like, if there's been a death in the family and you know that someone's just had a death in the family, I would never talk on it. A lot of people would, though, because it's a shock value and they get that reaction, which they wouldn't expect, but you live and breathe by the consequences. So, some battlers will toe the line. Arsenal's the perfect example. He just doesn't care. He'll just say whatever. But then you will get some battlers like Mark, like Real Deal, people like that who are really witty and can really write with a pen, and they'll be smart with the angles that they're choosing. But it's definitely the last form in terms of free speech, 100%.
And if someone throws a punch in a battle, do you think that they've automatically lost, or do you think that there is a? Obviously, you're saying you don't condone violence and stuff, but is there ever?
The battle's over.
Have you ever seen somebody say, well, they deserved that? Someone deserved that punch.
There was. See, I genuinely don't really believe in assaulting people because they say some shit that you don't like. But there's been times where I've thought, there's been times where like people get like physically too close to someone and
they sort of
start like touching them. And there was one where he apologized right after, but when Cadillac Ron slapped Frack, because Frack was doing a bar, I think it was like a bar about his hair or some shit, and he went to like lift up Cadillac Ron's hat. Cadillac Ron was a guy who'd been in the jail for a long time. He used to live on Skid Row. He'd been around a lot of violence in his life, so he had, and this is not just me speculating, like as far as I know, like he genuinely had PTSD. So as soon as that hand went to touch him, he like slapped Frack's hand down, smacked him right across the face. And Frack is like the most like unassuming person. He tried to rebuttal the slap, like he tried to tried to flip the slap on him. And Cadillac Ron like apologized like 2 minutes later. It's actually in the video. But yeah, like you just shouldn't do that because you don't know. Like some people are okay with like a little bit of contact and that, as long as it's like friendly. I don't really mind, but when people are just taking liabilities and touching on you and shit like that, that's when I personally think that if someone just goes and fires, like that is what it is. You know what I mean?
Personal space is important.
Respect my personal space.
Respect my personal space. GBH is saying Max scalping Rivers in that round, man. Alec Baldwin bar was insane, and so obviously, you know, I suppose that there's a difference between mocking a death that's happened in culture, in pop culture.
Yeah,
compared to,
that's the other thing.
Personal, rather than that, kind of personal.
That's the other thing I will say. Like a lot of battlers and even some fans forget that this is fucking entertainment, man. If you're just bringing people who aren't related to the thing at all into it just for some cheap reactions or whatever, like I myself have deliberately avoided some things that I know about people's personal lives just because it involves other people and it's not fucking worth it. It's not entertaining to just drag that shit up, you know. We're watching this because we like rap and we like insults and we like jokes, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think that's a very good picture. If you are bringing people that are nothing to do with battle rap into it, and obviously we're not going to talk in any of those scenarios, but obviously there's been a few that we could mention, but that would defeat the point in talking about it. But yeah, it shouldn't really be brought into the entertainment side of things. Colette's in the house. Hi boys, baby dolls, checking you all out. Happy birthday, Mark. Love to you. Thank you. It's my birthday tomorrow. I don't know why, but everyone thought it was today. But yeah, tomorrow's my birthday. And actually, speaking of that, tomorrow night, birthday gig with Becky Wallace. I'm doing a Jackal Trade set, and Big Shamu, Glasgow and the Atlas Works crew are hosting it. 9 o'clock at Block tomorrow night, and it's free in, so no excuses. Thursday night, nice wee warm up for the Gallus Adventures on Saturday. We just watched a Mac clip. So you're going up against another battle rap legend in Raptor. Who is this? Raptor's first time up in Scotland?
Not sure, Strode, you know, if he's been up before. Was he not up before supporting Shorty Horror or something like that? It might have been.
I don't think he's ever battled in Scotland. So I think this will be this will be his first ever battle in Scotland.
Well, he is an incredible MC. Let's check out. So we just saw a clip of Mackenzie down in Manchester. So this is Raptor. When's this from? Can you give us a bit of context to this one, Matt?
This is the Red Flag battle, so Stro, I don't know what year this was. I would say like
it was. Yeah, so it was the first ever Apex. So the first Apex, for just to give a bit of context, was we booked over a lot of URL guys and lost out an incredible amount of money because weren't able to get them over, paid heavy deposits, and we ended up getting screwed over. And a lot of the actual proper Americans like Chilla Jones, who I absolutely love, Real Deal, A Ward came out, Red Flag. So this was booked really, really late. So this was off the back of losing quite a lot of battles. We booked this, and it produced, if it's what I think it is, one of the best moments in Premier Battles history, in my opinion, because of the round. But yeah, what an incredible battle, and for the fact that he didn't have much prep time and he produced the performance that he did. So this was the first Apex, Manchester Academy 2. I think it was 2019.
See it, let's check it out.
So you a knife barking, huh? Well, let's cross swords for the sake of rap. Wait, really? I didn't even say anything. Listen, so you a knife barking, huh? Well, let's cross swords for the sake of rap. Let me take a stab at being greater at the thing that you are greatest at, fucking knife barking. Ha! Don't make me laugh. I can take a marvel lid and make a shank. I once made a machete sprayed us ass. DNA, it's facts. I could probably stab you with a blade of grass. I said, I once made a machete sprayed us ass. DNA, it's facts. I could probably stab you with a blade of grass. Stage the act like an 80s band, because with an axe I'll give his face a slash. Jagged edge, jagged edge, jagged edge. I said I'll stage the act like an 80s band, because with an axe I'll give his face a slash. Jagged edge, serrated that I'll have his wound looking like it's wafer ham. Robert Redford in the last castle, you gon' die by a razor flag. See, I've got another fighter example, highlighting the angle, knife and an amped up. Do not make me lose my shit. You will get stabbed twice in the apple. I guess you could say I will, but I'll fly off the handle. What? Cause see, this retarded guy must have thought that I couldn't bar and rise to the cause, so I started rhyming and have his carcass lying in the morgue. See, I'll admit, I am not the smartest writer of all. See, I'm not, but this is the sharpest knife in the drawer. The pen is not as mighty as the sword. Fucking knife bar king. See, you holding a knife is only ever said on a stage. For me, holding a knife was a fucking regular day. Check the files. Listen, fucking watch. Listen, knife bar king. See, for you, holding a knife was only ever said on a stage. For me, holding a knife is a fucking regular day. Check. Check the files, even my record displays possession of blades. You are a lawyer, everything's straight. You're on that side of the courtroom, defending the case. I'm on this side of the courtroom. As my sentence awaits, you're on that side of the courtroom. Well, let's go! Yo, Lee's ain't appreciating this. About knife bar fucking king. See, for you, holding the knife is only ever said on the stage. For me, holding the knife was a fucking regular day. Check the files, even my record displays possession of blades. You are a lawyer, everything's straight. You're on that side of the courtroom, defending the case. I'm on this side of the courtroom. As my sentence awaits, you're on that side of the courtroom, getting paid come the end of the day. I'm on this side of the courtroom, watching my mother cry as she led me away. How the fuck are you? What's wrong with you?
Your call is very
As you call that radio TV battle rap special ahead of the England versus Scotland derby this weekend, this Saturday at Classic Grand, 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So even if you are going to Gallus Adventures, you could probably go to that first and make Gallus Adventures your after party. That was Raptor. I've seen that one before. What a fucking wow. What a round, man. A blade of grass. Indeed. Alan Gray's enjoying that one. Yes. More clips. Battle rapping, the best entertainment. I love watching it, guys. Big shout out. Well, actually, the venue that we're doing Gallus Adventures in, there was an impromptu battle rap tournament about 5 in the morning. And it was four battle rappers. Freestyle battles about 5 in the morning. Everyone was wasted. And I won. I'll beat Kamehameha in the final.
Oh, wow.
It was some good stuff.
Oh my God, I would have loved to have seen that.
I wish it had been filmed. And the thing is, obviously, at the time,
maybe you don't know, mate. I don't know these mad battle these things that you do at 5 in the morning. It's better to have the memory and not the evidence. You know what I mean?
Well, I had no idea that Cammy was so good. I was like, no, Cammy's probably the best in Scotland right now. He's absolutely fantastic. But I think Cammy was trying to complicate it while Big Al was just smooth with it. Just kept it moving. We got your Facebook lies about your birthday every year. I was wise to it this year. Correct. Many happy returns tomorrow, Mark. Cheers, man. Just talking about just what you said there, Stro, about how quickly he managed to pull that together. He didn't have much time to prepare, and then he's created that. What's the writing process like for you? Do you try and I'll ask you to Mackenzie after that as well. If you've got like a long time to do it, do you spend a lot of time on it, or do you just try and cram it in? How would you go about it, Stro?
No, when I first started, my writing process was completely different because the first ever battle I had a weird moment where I had my opponent's boys behind me for some reason because we switched just before the battle. So when my first ever battle, disaster battle Swave Sever, something happened in the crowd and he basically freestyled against him. So when I went to battle in my head, I was going to do something similar. So I went to turn around and say something. I was like, no, I'll leave that. Turned back round and completely forgot my round. So ever since then, I was really prepping early just so I could remember all my material because Mark will tell you this, that joking moment is the worst moment in the world and it's the loneliest moment in the world and you just want everything to just swallow you up. So for me, it was a case of writing as early as I can so I could try and remember it all, which kind of hindered me in a way because you get some of the most special moments prepping quite late. Like the Raptor one's the perfect example. In the Badmouth battle, me and Soul writ our third round on the train from Edinburgh to Glasgow. which I've never done that before because we weren't happy with the third round because it's Eddie and Frisco and never legendary 2-on-2 team in the UK. And we were like, this isn't strong enough. So we rewrote all of the material in the third round and some bits in the second. And we literally had an hour before we were going live or going on stage and battling. So that was a mad experience for me. But yeah, for me, it was just prep early. Was my biggest. I would like to be
a fly on that train carriage.
It was horrible. No, because we got on the train. Souls looked at me and gone, right, we're redoing the third round. I went, what? He went, yeah, we're rewriting it now. I went, no. me and him argued for about 5 minutes, and then he was like, "You can't really argue with Soul." So then he was like,
You
"No,
can't
we're
argue
doing
with
it."
Soul. You can't battle Soul either. It seems nobody else seems to sort of come out very well against Soul that often. Where is Soul? What's Soul up to? Is he still active?
Still active, not as active as he was. He's just family man now. Got married not too long ago, so spending a lot of time with his wife and sorting that stuff out. But he will be back soon. We wanted to try and get him on this card, couldn't make it happen. But yeah,
It'd be good to get him back. But I remember when Soul won the title, we were in doing a festival in IRN, Jock and Doris Festival, and his cousin, his uncle, was part of the crowd, and we were
and his brother as well. His brother was there too.
So we were waiting, listening to the scores like it was a World Cup fight, like, you know, waiting for the football results to come in, and then we announced it. We were well chuffed that he won it. Mackenzie, writing process, is it different every time, or have you got a set way you do it?
I mean, it's changed over the years, but pretty much for like the last few years, the way that I've approached it is that I don't really. It's not like I sit down and just start like go from start to finish and like try and write out a full round. My earliest battles I did do that, but mostly what I do is I just think of like little bars or little pieces of wordplay or things I could say that come to me just throughout the day, and I'll just make a note of it. And then once I've got like a little bit of stuff that I know that I can build on, I just start writing around that. I just start trying to incorporate things that I've written down into schemes, or writing rhymes to rhyme with what I've already got. And then once I've got enough little pieces, I can then sort of like put it together into like a kind of cohesive whole, which is what, you know, the rounds are supposed to be. So yeah, it's weird. It's like it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle the way that I approach writing for rap. It's not at all the way that I approach writing for tunes, writing for music, you know, because when I write bars for music, I literally just put the beat on, and then whatever the first line comes, you rhyme off of that, then you rhyme off of that, then you rhyme off of that, and if you can build your wordplay into that, then fine. But it doesn't need to be that for music. But for battle rap, you really have to think about the punchlines, you know, the lines that are going to hit and how you set them up. So it is a very different way of writing rap lyrics than writing over a beat.
And obviously you're up against one of the best Raptor this Saturday at the Classic Grand. We've just seen a wee clip there for people who don't know Raptor, but he's one of the best that I've seen. I especially love the stuff he does with Bobby Rex and the 2-on-2s. He's done some magic moments in those. Are you confident? Are you in it to win it?
Of course, man. And this experience writing and rehearsing has been my favourite for years that I've done. So I've got my shit locked. I'm very confident. I know the Raptor's going to come with some shit, but again, you know, I'm in Glasgow. You know what I mean? This is going to be different. The crowd reaction is going to be different. The dynamics are going to be different. So yeah,
and you can get away with some different slang as well. So you've got the full vocabulary you can use. What next we have is Celester versus Matter. I'll line up. Maybe Stro, could you tell us a little bit about Matter, and I'll line up a Matter clip.
Yeah, Matt is an absolute UK legend, one of the first Premier Battle champions. Obviously, he's very, very famous for his infamous 2-on-2s with Luna. Special battle, like one of the funniest you'll ever watch live. He's incredible to watch, but his writing is so good. But yeah, Matter, one of the best in the UK. So yeah, roll on the clip. Absolutely quality.
Mackenzie, can you give us some context of the clip? Do you know who he's battling or where?
So this is the battle that he did last year's Apex event on Premier Battles against Boski, who's also battling Jinx on the night. So this battle is well worth checking out. It's just a perfect example of sort of that English humour, that quintessential English wit translated into battle rap. You know what I mean? It's really good if you like that more comedy style shit, for sure.
But is this what it's come to though? Battling Boski, telling super fucking jokes. Buzzing, yo. Another low. While I'm down at your level, might as well give your mum a go. Your mum pisses a stream so solid they used it for the last smack event. When she gets a fanny test, she breaks out in a clammy sweat because she's created a haven for crabs to nest. When she passes Greg's, the smell of pasties gets her panties wet. You're happy yet? I'm speaking your language, yes. She's a frequent recipient of random guests. No. I need to dumb it down again so we can understand it best. What I'm saying is, she's a massive scat. No, wait, no, I don't want to have a go at your mum. She's been through a lot of dicks. When she sees a dick, she gets to fizzing like a bath bomb. When she's on a period, she uses a dick as a tampon. She knows what dick pairs best with a bottle of white. She absent-mindedly chews a dick while pondering life. Plus she smokes ayahuasca. Her pubes are bleached blonde like a 90s hacker. She'll get to piffing on some crack, then she'll lyrically attack. In 02 she body dizzy in a clash and she didn't even rap. Alright, I can justify these jokes about your sloppy mum by saying I'm mimicking your style, how it's proper dumb. But just between you and me, I've had a lot of fun.
Brothers and sisters.
Is that you, Daniel? Are you before me?
Call that radio.
You call that radio.
Hello, yes, this is Dog.
Matter, absolutely smashing it there. It's he's going up against Celester. Could we get a little bit of background on Celester, Mackenzie?
Yeah, man. So Celester, he's originally from Shetland, now resides in Edinburgh. He actually won the Premier Battles Academy tournament in 2020, I believe. That's like their newcomer tournament. So he was battling down south actually before he was battling in Scotland. He's a protege of Dave Hook. Not a lot of people know that, but Dave Hook,
the gaffer, Solar Eye of Stanley Odd, absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, he's just you'll see it in the clip. He's a very witty kid, and he's doing battle rap in a kind of different way than a lot of people do it. He's very dry. He's very humorous. So yeah, roll on the clip.
This clip's. I think the one. I think that I've seen this one before. This is in Perth. Am I right in saying this is?
This was in Perth last year at the Premier Battles 5th birthday event. Sorry, not Premier Battles.
This was the one that was live streamed, if I remember rightly. Yeah.
Yeah, we live streamed it. The live stream was absolutely fucked. I can only apologise to people who
mate,
look forward to the live stream.
We've all been there, mate. We've all been there.
Man,
we've done some amazing live streams, but things can go wrong.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that went wrong that day, but
I still enjoyed it. I still watched it. I still seen
this battle ended up being really fucking good. Celester versus Z. So yeah.
Have you ever used your brain or read a book? Has it been a while? Calling everyone a pedo makes you look like you're a paedophile. Hey, what's more likely? Everyone you've ever battled touching up kids, or maybe it's the guy that has a dungeon that is, for fuck's sake. Listen. A place where you hide kidnapped children. That's what I got told your dungeon's about. Found out it was your rap group, checked you out, and I'm actually more disgusted now, because fucking wow! Dungeon! Most reaction. Can't you see it though? You're a meme, bro. But I mean, suppose that is a bit harsh. It's mainly him that lets the team down. Like, this is something that actually fell out Z's mouth. He said, "I'll bury you in a KKK uniform so everyone thinks that you're racist." For one, you buried absolutely no one from day one. And a KKK uniform. What? You just happen to have a spare one. Did you order it online? Did Amazon get you a great one? You've been cutting up your bed sheets, cunt. Have you fucking made one? You strange cunt. And the fact you rely on racist shit proves that you suck. Said you're a fan of the Klan. I thought you meant Wu-Tang, not Ku Klux. And then in the 2-on-2 you said, 5 years ago you all laughed at us being racist. Wow, you what? I didn't say that. Yes, you did. 5 years ago you said you all laughed at us being racist. Wow, you what? You're so much of a pedo, you're even mad that the crowd grew up.
Strange mood of our time.
You call that radio?
Makes coherent sense.
An absolutely phenomenal round that was from Celester against Z, battle rap legend Z of Dungeon. So, I mean, it's obviously, I've only seen that one battle and he absolutely smashed it. Is he ready to battle someone like Matter, do you think?
You take this one, Stro. My answer is yes, absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. It's so Celester. So the whole point of Undisclosed is to give battlers an opportunity which they might not have had before. So it's like one of my favourite battles that I've ever put together, just going off topic slightly, was Mackenzie and Moke, because I wanted to see Moke on Premier Battles because I was a big fan, and I've always been a fan of Mackenzie, and Mackenzie's never really got that push that he deserves because he's absolutely crazy. So Celester, when you look back at him, it's although he won the academies, he still needed to develop a bit, and he was perfect for Undisclosed. And I think he's been on every Undisclosed since, and he's been on every big card that we've had because he's always continuously been climbing the ranks and making a name for himself, and he's developed such a good fan base. And this is the perfect opportunity for him now to go up against a veteran in Matter. And is he ready? 1,000%. This battle is probably one of the most I'm looking forward to on the day. Obviously, you mentioned the main event, Balski Jinx. I've always been a huge fan of Jinx, and I think that battle's going to be hilarious. But you look at this stylistically, it's perfect. They're both so witty. They're both clever. They're both very dry. They both can write. It's a perfect matchup, and Celester is 1,000% ready for this battle. And the fact that it's in Scotland and Matter's travelling up to him, I just think adds a different dynamic to it, which I think Celester's going to play on quite a lot. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and 1,000% he's ready.
And exactly, I suppose the point is as well, Celester's doing exactly what you've been doing, Mackenzie, and that's going down there. So he's going to relish the opportunity to play in front of a home crowd, because obviously the home advantage doesn't really work the same when you're battling against another Scottish rapper at all. So I'm looking forward to that one. And you just mentioned Jinx versus Bowski, and that's we've got a clip here where we go for Jinx first. And well, I think everybody involved in the Scottish scene knows about Jinx already. But if you want to give a wee intro, Mackenzie, and we'll play a clip of Jinx, which I believe is the 13th Note gig that I attended myself a wee while back. When was that?
Yeah,
was last
this was in December. This was back in December, yeah, the Christmas show that we did in the 13th Note in Glasgow, where Canel came up and battled Jinx. And that's one of my favourite battles that I've put together for Iron Bars. But Jinx needs no introduction, man. Scottish rap legend, been battling since like the year 2000. You know what I mean? Absolute dawn.
You battled Shuff, and you had a bet in your battle about a bet in his battle. You said he bet in his battle. Hey, you battled Shuff, and you had a bet in your battle. You said he bet in his battle, and that bet in your battle, that was the shittest at angles, but the best bet in your battle. So I just bet a bet of that better bet in your battle together. You battled Shuff. And And you had a bit in your battle about a bit in his battle. You said the bit in his battle. That was the shittest at angles, but still the best bit of your battle. So I just bet a bit of that better bit in your battle to give an example of how you're shit when you battle and how you're getting dismantled. But do you want to hear one truth? Shuffle T pumped you. If I punch you, I'll slip you. They'll call him Conor McGregor, he's going to get the proper 1-2. Yo, but this cunt's no McGregor. He's a bumhole, a beggar. He showed up at the blood donor centre with a month-old placenta. That's not how it works. Hey, honestly, buddy, he's the oddest of numpties. The cunt goes for jogs in the country in a Godzilla onesie. Hey, he doesn't own a car but goes shopping for jump leads, and he probably thinks Scotland's a communist country. Then he try and act like Scotland's depressing when no line popping and Wrexham is the cock in your rectum. Hey, type of cunt that goes shopping with his copper collection. He got a bollock infection and when his doctor was checking him he got an erection. Hey, did you hear that joke about the Scot and the Welshman? Long story short, the Scottish cunt scalped him. Hey. I'm going to finish this round off with a question. Are you on drugs? Or are you just on the spectrum?
An American psychiatrist called it audio therapy.
You call that video?
It was an amazing battle, Jinx. I mean, wow, both of them were great that day. But that was definitely the home crowd. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. And Canelo had some great moments in that battle too. Like he managed to get the crowd on his side by the end. It's difficult, man. When you're we Scottish people like to talk about regional bias a lot, and it's true a lot of the time. But we're the most regional biased cunts in the world, man. Like, seriously, man. I'm not going to say what I was thinking about saying, but yeah. It's for real. We're regional biased or not.
CJ saying, well, man, that was top draw there. Stuart Graham's in the house. Hello, Stuart. The Perth gig was the first time I met our black and white telly boys. CCTV, she's talking about. I think.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So it was.
Baby doll, man.
Shout out to Baby Doll. Sugar Cube, hope you're well. It was good to see you down the rabbit hole where high-vis security Jake on. Baby Doll was security, I believe.
Seriously?
Well, I don't know. She did have a high vis on. I think so. Baby Doll, were you actual security? Or was that all a dream? Kirstine says, had no idea about battle rap until tonight. Every day is a school day. Thanks, guys. Well, that's the point of it. I'm glad that we're reaching some new people that haven't actually maybe attended one before. And I know that you can't make Dallas Adventures because you're going to Junction 1. But Junction 1 doesn't start till later on, so get in there early. The ticket link is in the comments. Go and get yourself a ticket for it and have a nice afternoon watching people destroy each other. A good way to start your festival feelings later on. So we've got Jinx, and he's going up against Bowski. Stro, can you give us a wee introduction to Bowski?
Oh yeah, Bowski is a UK battle rap favourite. Has been since he debuted back in 2011. An absolute legend, and I don't use that phrase lightly because he is one of the funniest battlers you'll ever watch live. He has everything: charisma, performance. If you've never seen Bowski live, you're missing out because he is a funny fucker. But yeah, man like Bostock, baby. Bowski,
I absolutely hate
legend.
this specky four-eyes nerdy Yorkshire bastard. Not because he's a weird-looking gormless spacker with an awkward man who was mooching the top of the morning after 3 different blokes had shagged around the back of the cloak and dagger. Not because he's an awful rapper with a remorse for the swagger in a face so deformed the body makes us all just want to stare at him and roll with laughter. No. Not because he's a boring wanker with the teeth of a mauling badger who speaks like a northern crap with a pale complexion so compelling he looks like a walking cadaver. Not even that. The reason I hate this fucking twat and he's looking baffled is because in 2011 you voted against me when you judged the battle. And he said something stupid like, I kind of feel like once you've seen one basketball, you've seen them all. Well, Jesus, G, look who's talking. 10 years later, you're still fucking boring. You know what really amuses me? Going back and seeing just how shit Matt was when he teamed with Luna C. Because you was absolute dog shite. Luna had quotable hot lines like, Your mum's vagina cavity is like Wonderland. Every week she fuck about 100 man. I was fisting that bitch the other day and I swear someone shook my hand. That was fire. But what was your quotables from the Clash Matter? Your great line of expression? I give your mum a driving lesson. The goose was my arrest. Shut up, you fucking wet. In them 2-on-2s, you was Macapaca, innit? How can you win a Clash 3-0 and still be the wackest rapper, innit? I know what they'll say. This shit's 10 years ago, Bo. It's petty, let it go. But I'm like, no. The pettiness will never stop. I'm so petty, the man them call me Petty Wop. And I've had my good eye on you for time, because an elephant will never... I've had my good eye on you for time, because an elephant will never forget. I'm so petty, there's hardly any petty left. I've hated Marb since before his petty theft, because you stole that PB belt. I don't know what happened. Briggs, he got a title for beating a drunken O'Shea. Well, who the fuck hasn't? So you was a placeholder to rein it in, so Yunnan came in and weighed him in. No one wants to see a champ's arm raised as him. Prince Charles will be dead before he's made the king. I've been wanting to rearrange his chin for 10 years because he's a blatant gimp. We wanted to make him bleed through the nose since 11 like Stranger Things. Ooh.
Amazing, absolutely brilliant. And he's just, every time I've watched his battles as well, he's just very likeable as well, which isn't the norm in battle rap, but he is very likeable. And he's going off against Jinx, who is the quintessential pantomime villain, because we're talking about regional bias. Normally when Jinx comes to Glasgow, he's got to deal with the Edinburgh thing. But, you know, when he was up against someone who's not from Scotland, then he smashed it. So that's going to be a great battle as well. Let's just have a look at who else is. So we've looked at Raptor versus McKenzie, we looked at Celester versus Matter, we've looked at Bowski versus Jinx. Can we just talk a little bit about the other battles on the card before we go?
Sure, man. So, as I said before, Crones versus MC Lean, unfortunately, is not happening. We've got AJ47 and Sweet Roll performing. But at the top of that undercard, ScoMo versus Melody. ScoMo's a rising star from Ireland, and Melody has been killing it in his last few battles in Iron Bars for a little while, and releasing some very dope music too. It's worth going and checking his music. So, I believe both of them were actually in the Premier Battles Academy this year, and I believe both of them got put out. Is that right, Stro?
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why I like the battle so much. Like you said, ScoMo is a rising star from Ireland. He's loved online. He's an endearing character. He's not afraid to say his mind and talk for hours and hours and hours. But that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why we love him.
Bro, great way to sell your boy, man. Great way to sell your boy. Melody gets straight to the point because he's got ADHD and he doesn't know any other way. Nah, but seriously, this is going to be good. Good to see some Irish representation on it as well. And then we have Dale CA versus Macmatic and Will Powers versus CJ Cage. Macmatic's been on Iron Bars before a couple of times. Dale CA, I believe.
I've not actually seen Macmatic battle yet, but I love the music that he makes. Like, just, you know, he writes very well, and he just does little wee videos of stuff he's working on. So I'm a fan of his work. So yeah, what's he like as a battler?
He's on the Iron Bars team. That's all you need to know. He's fucking representing us.
So he's going to win.
Actually, he had one of the best on beat clashes that is on the channel is him versus Oddball, and he
do you know what? I think I did see that one. Oddball. Shouts to Oddball as well.
Shout to Oddball, man. 100%. Oddball was fucking dope. Oddball was free. It's like a freestyle versus written battle almost. Like Oddball was freestyling and Macmatic had his writtens, but Macmatic killed it. So, basically, we got that, and then we've got Will Powers versus CJ Cage, or KG Cage, sorry. And both of these battles at the bottom of the card are kind of in keeping with that undisclosed vibe of giving people opportunities. This is KG's first battle. Will Powers, I think this is his second or third battle, maybe. Same with like Macmatic and Dilsey. Both of them, Dilsey's done one or two battles. Macmatic's done done maybe three or four. So these two battles at the bottom of the card is what I wanted to get involved, is like some new blood, and people who've maybe not had an opportunity to battle at an event of this caliber yet. So yeah, for sure we're trying to bring some new people into the fold, because that's what I like about what Prem does with the Anarchy tournament. It's bringing new people in, because like for a long time, and especially up here, it was like the same people like all the time, and it becomes very, very difficult to like make kind of fresh matchups. It's
Absolutely, and also for people who are trying to start out, if they're getting paired against people who aren't very good, then it's hard for them to break into the scene. So I love it. I love to see, and also I think people they're going to appreciate being on that card, and they're going to be bringing their A game to it. So, you know, they're actually going to be right up for it, and they're going to appreciate the opportunity. So hopefully they make the most of it. It's been absolutely brilliant. I'm gutted I can't be there, but I will be setting up a festival. But if you can make it along, 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock at the Classic Grand, there is a ticket link in the comments and in the info all around here. If you're wanting to go to Gallus Adventures as well, we still have a few tickets left. It's £30. That includes camping. There's all-night bus service to Edinburgh or Glasgow on the hour every hour if you fancy it. And yes, tomorrow night is Becky Wallace, Jackal Trades, Big Shamu. It's my birthday, so come on out at Block. It's free entry as well. So I forgot all about agreeing to this one, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I'm so very tired. But so come down and help me sing some choruses, because I'm not selling this very well. I'll be shite, so come in and help me. Is basically the sales pitch for this one. It's my birthday, fuck's sake. It's my birthday and I'll be shite. Help me tomorrow night. And we'll be getting a nice wee warm up for the Gallus Adventures on Saturday. And if you're going to Junction or somewhere else on Saturday night, this is an afternoon thing. Support your local battle rap scene. And if you live really, really far away, then support your really, really far away battle rap scene. It's great to see some Scotland versus England going on. There's a bit of Irish representation in there. Some absolute legends, some people that I'm not familiar with. So I'm looking forward to watching the footage if it appears online afterwards. But thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you, Stroza. Any final words, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
I'm going to give it to you, Stro.
Nah, just, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, is take Undisclosed to territories where they've not had an event for a long time, and Scotland is a sleeping giant. I've got deep Scottish roots. Family come from Scotland. I absolutely love the Scottish culture. I love everything about it, and they deserve a big, big event. And here we are. So if you've not got your tickets, go and get your tickets now. Some are still available, but come out, support, and yeah, can't wait to see you on Saturday, man. Yeah, and if you are an English rapper who's coming up to battling, just call us the best fans in the world, and you'll just get rid of that regional bias.
Oh yeah,
I love being called the best fans in the world. And that'll just
big time reference the fact that you had like a black pudding supper or something.
Don't do that. I remember the Red Hot Chili Peppers did that. How many used haggis for breakfast? And the thing was, I did a haggis supper before I got to the gig. But it's not the point. I felt offended by that one. Also, I support was Foo Fighters who actually they smashed it because they understand Bucky and they knew about the bars. And they had me on side, so Bucky and Barras will do you. I would stay away from haggis or black pudding if you can.
Yeah, any kind of sausage kind of dish. Remember when was it O'Shea or Sprungy said we only came here for the sausage? Like they said that during a battle. I think it might have been Sprungy. It's like we only came to Glasgow for the sausage.
Oh, O'Shea, remember, what was the one that O'Shea did the same verse twice or something?
Oh, no, that was against Zayn Azra. He got spiked. His drink got spiked, allegedly. I don't know if... it must... like he wasn't that drunk. And then, like, 5 minutes...
He just did the same verse. I remember that.
Yeah, he did the same verse twice, but he didn't even really get it out. But I'm pretty sure he got spiked that night.
He did get spiked that night because it was meant. Me and Ocean were meant to do a 2-on-2. It was meant to be us two against Zayn Azra and Mickey Worthless.
Oh shit!
Mickey couldn't make it, so then it ended up just being them two in a 1-on-1. And then we got spiked like really bad.
What was it like? What was it?
God knows, but for Osh to be as bad as he was.
I mean, the thing was that he didn't actually fuck up his verse. If I remember rightly, it was just like it was the same verse.
Yeah,
he just forgot where he was.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell! Wow. GBH says it was innuendo in Springy
So
versus
it was innuendo that said, "Yeah, we only came here for the sausage," and then the whole crowd started chanting.
Yeah.
You came here for the sausage. Came here for the sausage. It was incredible. Yeah.
Stuart Graham loves a sausage. Enjoy, mate. Enjoy.
Big
that
Melody
sausage, says, "Hola peeps, hello Melody."
Mello.
You can see him perform live on Saturday. Best rappers in 5, says Stuart Graham. The Kingdom is a sleeping giant as well. A great term, sleeping giant. Because I mean, there's just so many. It's a shame. I mean, the sort of the best battle rappers in Scotland that built their name up. They're not as active anymore. I mean, is that the dream to be a bill one day where it's Soul versus BA? Could that ever happen?
We've tried.
Yeah.
We've tried.
Listen, we've had it confirmed, and then it's fell apart a couple of days later. We've thrown everything we can at it, and I'm not even exaggerating. Every big event we've tried to get it on, and there's been times where we thought, right, we can build a big Scottish card around this battle because it needs to happen.
Yeah,
we've tried everything. Believe me,
we'll never give up, because I think that you definitely could build a good Scottish card around that. I think everyone would come up for that one. Wouldn't that be amazing? Fire emojis from Alan Gray. Colette confirming that she was indeed a security guard. Shout outs to Colette. And thank you. We'll put the link in the comments. Go and check it out this Saturday at the Classic Grand, 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and then get yourself to Gallus Adventures, the wee mini festival that's happening, camping, everything. Send me a message if you want more details about Gallus Adventures, and go and buy a ticket to Iron Bars versus Premier Battles. I hope you have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you, man.
And we will see you soon. See you soon, guys. Bye.
Yeah, enough respect in the respect to the man like Mark. The love of the man attack on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, call that the radio. You call that radio, call that the radio. Come and say, in the my name, I'll just go with the flow. In the my name, I'll just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio. You call that radio. Come and say, don't you be another man, I'll go lose your head. Say, don't you be another man, say, I'll lose the head. I say, radio, call that radio. Straight from outer Glasgow. Straight from outer Glasgow, nice enough on the studio. Come and say, in my name, I'll just go with the flow. In my name, I'll just go with the flow. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. No radio. You call that the radio. Them man I give you miss a lot of subject, and them I think a man you can't object. So don't you ever come and disrespect. I love and respect in a every aspect.